everyone. We have a game with the black pieces against Flannelly, rated provisional 675, so this could be pretty bad. We'll try to get appearance. That was an easy win. And we scared them to death, so new opponent. We had perfect accuracy in that game. No mistakes, no blunders. Now we have another game against Pepe Sepep, rated 703. Let's establish a pawn presence, and looks like he might play the Jabava against us, right? Boom, boom, boom. Get the music going, and we can just develop, prevent him from playing e4. This is not the Jabava, as he blocks his own bishop and blocks his own c-pawn. So already off to a terrible start. In this situation, we're going to develop and attack his center. He immediately gives us a check, and we will develop and block with our knight. And I already like black's position a lot better than white's. And it's that easy to just have a better position than your opponent. Just small little positional mistakes, moves that don't really make sense. I mean, queen f3, what could this possibly ever really do? It pressures the center, but the center is defended. Doesn't really make sense, right? I'm going to make a very simple move, closing the pawn chain, opening my bishop. He goes knight to the rim. This threatens nothing. At this point in time, I'm going to throw in the free move a6, forcing the issue with the bishop. Okay, he goes back, and this is a mistake, as his bishop is trapped because our c-pawn is here. We never included c takes d, so now we have this option. He should have taken the knight to protect his d4 point, but in this situation, he has to sack a piece for some pawns, and we're completely winning. He takes with the bishop, we take towards the center, and the game is over. His problems are compounded by the fact we can go here, 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 and he has a terrible position. He jumps the knight in with no threats. He'll probably just sack because he's down a piece, and he doesn't know what to do. He also might go back, but then why'd you put your knight here? And if he retreats, we'll simply develop. Okay, he retreats to a square where the pawn can take, so another free piece. He then blunders his queen, so another free piece. Okay, I'm going to develop with a threat. I'm up 10 points of material. He does not see the threat. He just auto moves. I'm up 13 points, hitting a rook. He sees it, but hangs other stuff. Now hitting the rook. What is happening? He moves the rook. I have to move the queen. I don't have any checks or free stuff, so let's centralize. We're threatening this. Notice, tactics, tactics, tactics. You always have to be on top of it. Tactics are free wins. Okay. So our dark square bishop's kind of blocked by his pawns. Let's break open our bishop, the center, right? Our knight is no longer dominated. We have beautiful squares for all of our pieces now. Now our bishops are both great. He moves his king up, which makes no sense, because we can just add more pieces for free. The rook, the king. I'm going to long castle with check if I can, because why not? But he goes the other way, ruining my plans like a bugger. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but let's throw in the knight check. It looks cool. You put it on a cool outpost. He'll go here. We'll go for the mate in 2, I guess. See what happens. Not sure what he's thinking about, as he has only one legal move in the position. So now we threaten mate in 1. If he wants to stop it, he has to sack the rook. And at the end of the day, you can't actually stop what's happening. We're up 16 points of material. 16. So he makes a random pawn move, because why not? And we'll get another target here. Okay. Let's bring this guy in. Now there's tons of tactical threats on the board. There's also a mate in 1. So I'm not going to analyze that. The guy just gave me his whole army on discount. So we just keep climbing. And we try to play a Rui Lopez against Tetris, rated 854. We develop a knight, attack his pawn. Yes, and there we go. Knight out. We develop our bishop on a weird diagonal, but nonetheless we do it. He jumps his knight in the center, hitting our bishop, but we can trade. Dragging his pawn onto our side of the board. I'm going to play this weird move, c3. Instead of trying to win the pawn outright, I'd rather just trade under favorable circumstances. But he attacks my bishop. Now, we have c3 included. That means we'll always be able to place it on c2. So in Rui Lopez fashion, we'll bring it back to a4. And when he attacks it again with the b pawn, we have this option of going to c2 in 1 move, defending our center and protecting the bishop. Okay, so now he still has to deal with the tension in the center. He plays c5 so as not to develop my knight. And if I take, my knight is, can't develop that way, so it makes some sense. However, his pawns are very overextended and he hasn't brought out any pieces, whereas we're already ready to castle. So I wonder, with a4, increasing our rook development and biting into this structure, it looks to be a useful inclusion, as he's clearly not threatening stuff. He's moving more pawns and ignoring me. The downside of this approach is his rook is hanging behind. So now I get to take free stuff and severely increase the activity of my rook on the queen side. Always a useful inclusion to have in the position, and he immediately blunders the rook. He can get an exchange worth back by trying this tactic, but it doesn't work because you take the queen with check. But it's just, these are the things you have to look at, or you should be looking at. So he takes our pawn in the center, which is defended. So we recapture, and we're up a clean rook. I'm actually very surprised that an 850 saw this idea, even though it doesn't work. Still, because we take the queen with check. If we took the bishop, he gets at least an exchange worth back. We're still winning, but it's something. Now we're up 11 points of material as he collapses in spectacular fashion, making random pawn moves and resigns. There's really nothing to go over there, as he hung everything. And we go on against Dreamwalker 5, rated 804. Let's try to get a Pierce defense against them. And we're happy to see they're playing Principal, 2 pawns in the center. And now we go and attack this pawn. Okay, he plays a very early d5, giving up the e5 square in a way, not threatening anything. We're happy to see it. It also does not defend his central pawn, so it makes no sense. How people can just hang their pawn like that on move 3 is beyond me. And he just resigns. He just resigns. How about instead of resigning, you pay a little closer attention to the position? So let's run it back against Guni Kudat. We'll try to play a Pierce. We're going to attack the pawn. Let's see if he defends it. No. It's too much to ask. It's too much to ask, isn't it? Sack your bishop. That's what you want. Just do it. Make it interesting. Sack your bishop. Oh, you see the problem with going for this is it's too slow and you hang your knight. Also d5. And now random checks that don't do anything. What is happening? Soon we'll get a game of chess, folks, but today is not your lucky day. So now we're just up a knight and a pawn. He's not resigning. We'll play e5, establish a pawn presence in the center. Does it really matter what we do? Does it really matter? Okay, queen f3. Early queen move. I want to checkmate this guy ASAP. I'm not going to play the most accurate moves or you know, most objective, because I'm going to try to play on the king side and attack his king. Now, I mean, if he plays moves like this, I'm going to have natural responses that will be the best move just because, but what is this guy doing? Okay, so now he just opened up this dark diagonal for us, so my next move is going to be to go here. And now check, takes, check, here, here. He can't stop checkmate. Okay, so I'm going to try to sack my knight because it's very likely he's going to take it. So he moves his bishop here, which I guess allows his... No, that hangs. I don't know what that does. Another weird move. You could just kick it. And I'm going to just for fun. He has to go back to where he came from. Maybe he'll resign. It's like his 10th move with the bishop. So once again, check. He has to move his king over, but he probably won't see it. Takes, check, here, 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 here. Okay, so let's hang our knight. And now let's go down the mating sequence of check, king over. And because there's no knight here, he's not protected on the dark squares because he didn't play move his d-pawn. He's also not defended on the dark squares, and he cannot defend mate in 1. So I don't know how many games this was because I just jammed a lot in this video, but I'm going to stop here and hope you enjoyed just low-rated players getting destroyed, because they need to watch more videos on how to play. You can send them to my channel. Good luck in your chess. Submit your rapid games in Discord. Goodbye.